Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. 3 Chilliwack school trustees say, "Don't take my Pro D Day money for human rights training." The fate of the Hope train station goes to a public debate. Bear and cougar sightings continue to pop up as spring warms up, and the Chilliwack Chiefs' dreams, well, they came up short. Our special guest this week is Valley Huskers coach Bob Reist. Okay, Chilliwack, let's get started. And this portion of the news brought to you by our newest sponsor, Hofstede's Country Barn. What started off as a basic nuts and bolts Chilliwack School Board meeting erupted into an online controversy when 3 trustees, Heather Maas, Barry Neufeld, and Daryl Ferguson, balked at a motion on board professional learning. The motion read in part, and I quote, that the superintendent present options and associated costs for board training provided or recommended by the British Columbia's Office for Human Rights, that commissioner. And this is out of future public meetings of the board. Now, the Board of Education directed the Secretary-Treasurer to set aside $7,000 through the Board of Governors budget. So that's $1,000 from each trustee's professional learning fund, while the cost implications of recommended training from the Office of the Human Rights Commissioner are also considered and factored in. So the bottom line, to make this understandable, is that those 3 were refusing to contribute $1,000 from their personal Pro D Day money to put towards their own human rights training. All of this was overshadowed by the drop in school COVID numbers and $5 million approved for capital projects, including new schools. Oh, by the way, that motion did pass 4-3. In what seems to be the never-ending drama over the fate of the Hope train station, there was a public debate, an online debate, with Hope District Council this past Monday. This was only a public hearing and not a final vote on the heritage status, and not anything else involving demolition. For that, there was a 120-day stay on that process that was ordered by the BC Ombudsperson. Now that has been extended to November the 30th. A district vote on whether or not to retain the heritage status will come up at council, and the next council meeting is May the 25th. And we'll have more news in a moment. And now a message from our newest sponsor, Hofstede's Country Barn.
Hey, how are you? Just checking out our weekly specials here at Hofstede's. But what I want to talk to you about right now is all of our brilliant essentials we have here for you at Hofstede's coming up leading into the May long weekend. Come on into the store. I got some stuff in my cart right now. I got local asparagus, zucchini, mushrooms, peppers, all that good stuff. We have got shrimp skewers, chicken skewers, veggie skewers. We have got you covered for barbecuing this May long weekend. We'll see you soon. And remember, let's eat together here at Hofstede's.
Last week, Chill TV reported on a woman north of Harrison Mills who was attacked by a cougar. In fact, 2 cougars were tracked down on her remote property at Weaver Creek. Now, she's okay, and conservation officers found the 2 cougars on the property, and they had to be both put down. Another cougar was spotted near Sunnyside Campground in Cultus Lake, and bear sightings have been picked up from Promontory to Mission, and even on the tracks behind Gastown in Vancouver. Wildlife BC is again putting out the word to be wildlife aware. Last Friday, Damien Detresiak from Abbotsford went fishing on the Fraser River with a friend when their boat capsized, and no one has been able to find Damien since. It is believed he could be anywhere in the river, from Chilliwack to Mission and beyond, where the Fraser River and the Vedder Rivers meet. That boat overturned on the Fraser not far from Royalwood Golf Club, and so far, search and rescue and RCMP searches have not come up with anything. Another man on board, though, was rescued. Families and friends are continuing to look for him, and they had a major search this past Wednesday. There's also a GoFundMe page that's been started to help with expenses related to the search and to help his fiancée through this difficult time. Fraser Health issuing an overdose alert for the entire Fraser Valley just 2 weeks ago, and now Interior Health has put out the same call for Merritt. And the BC Coroner Service is concerned about the upward trend in overdoses in Hope. And according to recent numbers from the coroner, 2021 is now on pace to be yet another record year for illegal drug overdose deaths in British Columbia. Last Saturday, the District of Hope posted to their Facebook page that residents living in East Kakawa Lake that are the users of the municipal water system were advised that chlorine had to be added to the water system in response to changes in water quality. Now, note, this is being done as a temporary measure to provide disinfection of the distribution system, and residents will notice the odor and the taste in their water for the next few days. Further information can be found on the website, the District of Hope website, for the affected residents. Following the cancellation of Party in the Park and the Fortin's Classic Car Show, the Chilliwack Flight Fest, it had to be canceled for this year as well. Now, the management at Furcus Aircraft, the showrunners, confirmed to Chill TV that even the possibility of a virtual static display just would not work financially. But there seems to be a silver lining. Ray Furcus told Chill TV that even with the pandemic, as people are, well, allegedly not traveling again for holidays, the number of pre-purchase aircraft inspections through Furcus has actually increased. Forget current Chilliwack Mayor Ken Popoff. The real mayor, as we all know, is Harold Zinke. From the Chilliwack Downtown Business Association Facebook page, it read the other day, this was a special day for Harold and for the Downtown BIA. A happy 22nd year to our city ambassador, and again, the unofficial mayor of downtown, Mr. Harold Zinke. He's been working hard, keeping the streets clean and chatting with the public, and we thank you again. Algra Brothers and District 1881 construction crews broke ground last week on their next building just off Five Corners, Chilliwack, and as in the past, crews have found many cool things beneath some of the other buildings, so they're very curious to see what might be down there. They're also being very careful. This 100-year-old beer bottle popped up the other day as they started work on the foundation for Building 4. Don't worry, they're going to come up with a better name. Embossed on the bottle is Westminster Brewery, New Westminster, BC, package not sold. Westminster Brewery was in operation from the 1890s until 1941 when it was bought by the Coast Company and eventually became Lucky Lager. Last Sunday's contest between the Prince George Spruce Kings and the Chilliwack Chiefs was one of massive significance. Not only was it the final game of the season for both teams, the winner would be crowned the Chilliwack Pod champions. Unfortunately for the Chiefs, they fell short to the Kings, losing a hard-fought game by a score of 4-2. And due to the pandemic, that's it for the BCHL season. No playoffs, no Fred Page or Centennial Cup, so it's wait until next season. And as we were going to air, Chill TV has learned that the awards were being handed out by the Chilliwack Chiefs, and really to no one's surprise, Ethan Bowen has been named MVP. Last week, the Vancouver Canucks acquired the AHL green light to move their farm team, the Utica Comets, to the Abbotsford Centre. Over the past few months, there were plenty of rumors that AIG, Aquilini Investment Group, who owns both the NHL and the AHL team, wanted to buy the Abbotsford Centre. Now, there will not be a purchase, but according to BC Bid, an agreement between the city of Abbotsford and AIG to manage that barn is now in the works. 5 years at $750,000 a year. That should calm the fears of taxpayers who were, well, you might remember they were stiffed from that previous deal with the NHL Calgary Flames when the old Abbotsford Heat left town, and they had to shell out $5 million worth of tax dollars as a buyout payment. Fundraising and football go hand in hand. The Valley Huskers are having a raffle draw as part of their fundraising activity. First prize, a brand new 10 cubic foot freezer full of beef, and $1,000 worth of Save On Foods grocery gift cards. Second prize, a $1,000 Visa cash card, and tickets are $20, and there's only 3,500 available. The draw date is tomorrow, Friday, May 14th. Recently, Chill TV had a chance to talk with head coach Bob Reist about football, fundraising, and a new and impressive tool which gets the word out about the Huskers. Here's that interview.
Don Lane, Chill TV with Bob Reist, the head coach of the Valley Huskers, and something that is being seen around town, and you will see more of it, and that is some great marketing, but this phenomenal truck with the Valley Huskers. If you can see the logos, Camano, as well as Chilliwack Ford, Save On Foods, Kinetic is involved. We'll talk about them in just a moment. Bob, the big thing is this is a phenomenal promotional tool that will aid people being aware of what the Huskers are all about.
Oh, 100% it is. And kudos to all of our sponsors for putting that together, and certainly our board of directors for having the vision to see this and see where this program's going. And this certainly makes a statement about where we think this program's going and what we want to do. So it's been awesome, and it's certainly something that catches your eye.
And a congratulations, just as we were going to tape this, a major Accolade Football Canada, a logo contest. Those guys from Regina lost to the Valley Huskers. Congratulations. That was a lot of work, though. A lot of people think, you just put some artwork together. It's more than that.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. And it's always nice to pick up wins in an off season, especially when it's been a long time since we've had a football game. So, yeah, the recognition of the logo certainly is something that we're proud of. It's, something that we kind of changed our outlook and our culture from a couple of years ago in 2017. So, it's nice to get the recognition and get the national exposure for what we're doing here.
Let's talk about the team itself. We have, spring camps coming up, and crossing our fingers that we will have a football season.
Oh, man, I hope we sure have a football season. We've put a lot of work into this roster in the last little while. We've had now, 2 recruiting classes. So spring camp, I don't think we're going to have spring camp. Across the league, we're not doing spring camp. So we're solidifying our roster, and our opening day roster will be, a big one. And that's kind of what we're going to carry through training camp and into potentially a season, hopefully.
Off air, we were talking about strengthening coaching and other things, as well as some of the parts of the football team you really want to work on and improve.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. We've taken advantage, I guess you could say, of the long off season that we've had. We've put in a full-time strength and conditioning program that is paying dividends for our local group. We're gonna have some local stars on this team this year that are in key positions. So that's something that can be directly attributed to what we've put in the off season. We've had an outstanding 2 recruiting classes. We're bringing in a lot of really good offensive linemen this year. That is something that we've struggled to find in the past. So certainly, I'm looking forward to seeing what this group coming in can do. And we have a veteran group now too. For some of our guys are 4 years into this system. So I expect good leadership and also a really, really good recruiting class coming in.
And keying in on the offensive line if the Seattle Seahawks are watching, but that's a totally different story. Billeting, I guess you'd be working on that right now, as well as volunteers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, billeting and acquiring volunteers is our top priority, especially this time. We bring in quite a few guys from out of province, and we've always done an outstanding job with billets, but we're always looking for more. So if people are interested in that, please hit us up. You can get a hold of us, valleyhuskers.ca. And it's a great chance to be a part of a community and a football program that's excited to put back into the community as well.
And it's going to be a great season. And again, kudos to Save On Foods, Chilliwack Ford. We want to make sure we get everybody in here. Camano Drilling and Blasting, Kinetic Signs, and of course, Bob Reist and the Valley Huskers. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
And you're watching Chill TV.
Chill TV weather this weekend is full of sun and mild temperatures and highs shooting for 24 degrees. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, send us a note at news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lane.